She wore my dress, took my job, slept with my fiancé, and smiled like it all belonged to her. I saw the photo by accident. It popped up while I was checking an email from a client, just a thumbnail image in the corner of a press release for a high-profile event in LA, one I had pitched 6 months ago, one that was supposed to be my moment. The headline read, "Introducing Lana Lennox, Creative Director for the Glimmer Gala." I stared at it. There she was, my sister, standing in front of the signature backdrop I designed, grinning like a beauty queen at a coronation, her hand on a champagne flute. Her hair swept the same way mine had been in the original concept shoot. But it wasn't the pose that stopped me cold. It was the dress. My dress. Not similar. Not inspired by. It was the dress. Custom sequined midnight blue, sheer sleeves, boat neckline, a single pearl sewn into the cuff, one my late mother insisted would bring me luck on my engagement night, and standing behind her, half-cropped in the shot, was Derek, my fiancé. I blinked, refreshed the page, tried to make sense of what I was looking at. It didn't compute. Lana didn't work in events. She wasn't even on staff. The last time she shadowed me was when she forgot to bring a backup charger to a corporate conference and spilled coffee on a sponsor's gift bag. I had to clean it up. She'd laughed it off like a kid breaking a dish. But here she was, headlining, wearing my dress, smiling beside my fiancé. The press release used language I'd written, a balance of elegance, and bold storytelling, with subtle symbolism threaded into every visual. Word for word, copied. It felt like someone had pulled a trapdoor beneath my life. I scrolled down, half panicked, half numb. There were more pictures. Lana with Derek at the preview dinner. Lana touring the venue. Lana quoted as saying, "This is personal to me. It represents a vision I've dreamed of for years." No, it didn't. That vision came from nights I sat alone at the kitchen table sketching floor plans, while Derek poured wine and said he loved the way my mind worked. From the night I told Lana I was thinking of launching my own studio, and she said, "That sounds like so much pressure, Rach. Don't you want to just breathe for once?" She didn't believe in pressure, she believed in shortcuts, and it looked like she'd taken every single one from me. I stared at that image, her in the dress, him beside her, and for the first time in a long time, I didn't cry. I didn't throw anything. I just closed the screen, stood up, walked to the window and whispered, "She thinks she stole my spotlight." But I built the stage. She didn't flinch. She didn't lie. She just stabbed clean. I didn't sleep that night. I sat in the dark, cross-legged on the couch, my phone in one hand, my mother's engagement folder in the other. It still smelled faintly of her lavender lotion. Inside were fabric samples, appointment cards, even a sketch of the dress, my dress. Mom had wanted to surprise me, but I peeked one night after she passed. That pearl sewn into the sleeve? It was hers. I stared at it now, and bile rose in my throat. Around 3 a.m., I called Derek, straight to voicemail. I tried again, and again. Finally, I texted, "We need to talk." 2 dots appeared, then disappeared. Nothing. So I did what I hadn't done in 2 years. I called Lana. She picked up on the 3rd ring, breathy and annoyed. "Rachel, it's late. You wore my dress." A pause. "Excuse me?" I swallowed, forcing the words past the weight in my throat. "The Glimmer Gala. You wore the midnight blue dress, the one Mom had made for me." Another pause. Then a dry little laugh. "Oh, that dress? You never wore it. I figured you forgot about it. You took my job, my pitch, my fiancé." That laugh again, longer this time, like I'd told a joke only she understood. "You really don't get it, do you?" "Get what?" She didn't hesitate. "You were always second best, Rachel." Silence. That's what I remember most. Not the words. The stillness that followed, like every sound in the world paused to let the knife settle. I didn't speak. I didn't need to. Because in that moment, I understood everything. This wasn't just ambition, or love, or even jealousy. It was something colder, older. The kind of bitterness that brews in shadows, that pretends to be admiration until it tastes blood. I'm hanging up now, I said calmly. Do what you want, she replied. Just don't embarrass yourself. She clicked off. Just like that. I sat frozen for what felt like hours. My mother's folder lay open beside me, the pearl sketch visible. A piece of me wanted to scream. Another piece wanted to drive across the city, find her, and drag that dress off her body with my bare hands, but I didn't do either. Instead, I stood up, tied my hair back, and pulled out my old hard drive, the one with my original Glimmer Gala pitch deck still on it. If she wanted my spotlight, then it was time I reminded her who wired the lights. They didn't erase me accidentally. They wrote over me, on purpose. The next morning, I dressed in black. Not for grief, not for drama, just so I wouldn't be recognized. The office I once helped design still had the same frosted glass doors, the same brushed gold logo on the wall. But the receptionist? New, young, bright smile. Hi, can I help you? I gave her my name. Rachel Lennox. I'm here to see Greg. He's the venue liaison. She frowned. Sorry, I don't see you on the calendar. Are you with a vendor? No. I'm the original founder of... Before I could finish, a second voice cut in. Rachel? Greg. He looked stunned, like he was seeing a ghost. Or something worse, an inconvenience. Hey, he said, half smiling, half panicking. Maybe we can chat outside? I followed him out to the sidewalk. Once the door closed, he exhaled. Look, I didn't know you were coming. Lana's been leading things for months. She said you were taking time off. A long leave. She said that? He nodded, uncomfortable. She showed us an email from your account, said you were stepping away. I felt my stomach turn. She hacked me, I whispered. Greg flinched. Look, I'm not getting involved. She's persuasive. She brought in contracts, signed things, clients like her. She said it was a family restructure. I took a deep breath. Do you have a copy of the pitch deck for Glimmer? He hesitated, then pulled out his phone. There it was, slide by slide, word for word, my deck. Only now, the title page read, Vision by Lana Lennox. Even the file name was the same. She hadn't even changed the working title. Lana had stolen the full concept, repackaged it, and legally attached her name to it. Rachel, you okay? No, I wasn't. Because in that moment, I realized I wasn't just being excluded. I was being replaced. They weren't ignoring me. They were writing me out of the narrative. And Lana? She was rewriting it in real time. I walked away without another word. Not angry, not even heartbroken, just hollow. That night, I tried calling Derek again. Still nothing. So I did the only thing I could do. I logged into my old Dropbox. Downloaded every time-stamped file I ever made. I printed receipts, screenshotted drafts, rebuilt the timeline. This wasn't just betrayal anymore. It was identity theft, layered in glitter and sealed with a smile. And if she wanted to wear my legacy like a dress, then it was time I taught her how it feels when the light turns cold. I didn't scream. I didn't send angry emails. I didn't show up at her office demanding anything. I made tea, I sat down at my desk, and I started planning like I always do. I found the original folder from the Glimmer Gala concept. The real one. The one with watermarks, timestamps, early sketches I'd doodled on the back of napkins during late-night takeout. The one with my mother's handwriting on the corner of page 6. Yes, this is you. Then I made a call to Jordan, my old stage technician. He owed me a favor. I asked him who was handling AV for the gala. He laughed. Still me. Your sister didn't know I used to work under you? Apparently not. He agreed to let me look at the current slide deck. Said they were still fine-tuning. Said it was sloppy. That Lana had trouble picking fonts. That she couldn't explain the symbolism behind the lighting transitions. I knew that. She never understood metaphor, only mirrors. I thanked him and hung up. Then I rented a dress. It wasn't the same one. No, Lana had that one now, stretched to fit her story. But mine? It was sharper, sleeker, a midnight blue sheath with clean lines and no distractions. No pearls, no sentimentality. I wasn't going for nostalgia, I was going for clarity. In the days that followed, I filed to reclaim my name in connection with the event. Quietly, legally. I flagged inconsistencies in the financial paperwork. Expenses billed under a company that hadn't existed until 4 weeks ago. I sent anonymous tips to the venue's oversight committee. Then I waited. I waited like a stagehand behind the curtain, because I didn't need to announce anything. The spotlight would find me, and when it did, I wanted to be standing dead center. The venue was lit like a dream, gilded chandeliers, ice blue uplighting, velvet drapery spilling from the rafters like waterfalls. The kind of setting I used to lose sleep over, perfecting every detail, every texture, every shadow. Now I stood, across the street, my fingers curled around a simple black clutch. I watched them pour in, photographers, donors, minor celebrities pretending not to care about the red carpet. I even saw my old piano teacher walk past, arm in arm with someone who looked like a board member. None of them knew I was there. That was the best part. At 8:06, the music started. Lana's voice filtered faintly through the speakers, warm and performative. "We're so honored to have you here tonight." Of course she was already on stage. Of course she started without me. I walked slowly, heels clicking against the stone like a countdown. Inside, no one stopped me. I moved through the back doors, head high, face calm. Just another guest. Just another woman in midnight blue. Except this dress fit differently. It didn't ask for attention. It demanded it. I paused at the top of the stairs overlooking the ballroom. And there she was, Lana, bathed in spotlight, clutching a champagne flute, like it was a microphone, her voice syrupy, her smile perfect, the screens behind her looping design slides, my slides, blurred and repackaged. One of them still had the sketch watermark I'd made with a broken tablet pen 3 years ago. She didn't even bother to crop it out. The crowd clapped, she raised her glass, and I began to walk, down the stairs, into the noise, across polished marble, past people I used to know, people who glanced at me with that half-recognition, that what is she doing here tilt of the head. I didn't flinch, not when Derek turned and saw me, not when his hand dropped from Lana's waist like it burned him, not even when Lana locked eyes with me mid-sentence, mid-sip, mid-lie. She froze. And for a second, the whole room held its breath. I didn't say a word. I didn't need to, because silence isn't weakness. It's warning. The microphone squealed, just once, sharp, unplanned. It jolted Lana mid-sentence. Her lips parted, eyes darting toward the sound booth. She laughed nervously, one hand fluttering in the air like she could wave away static. Then the screen behind her flickered, just once. A soft glitch. No one noticed, except me, because I knew what was coming. Slide 3 disappeared. Slide 4 replaced it. Then, slowly, Slide 5 began to load, but it wasn't hers. It was mine. My original mock-up from the first Glimmer Gala pitch. My header font, my color palette, my voice. The watermark in the corner still read, Rachel Lennox, V1.0, do not distribute. Gasps rippled like wind across silk. Lana turned, her back stiffened, another flicker. The screen split, half her edited design, half mine. The crowd didn't. Nowhere to look. Whispers started to stir. She turned back toward them, trying to smile. There must be a technical mix-up, but her voice cracked. I stepped forward. I didn't grab the mic, I didn't interrupt, I simply walked. Onto the stage. One click of my heel at a time. Click, click, click. Phones were out now, red dots blinking. Eyes wide, Lana's chest rose and fell fast. She backed up half a step. I reached the podium. We stood there, inches apart. I looked at her. Not down, not up, just level. She said nothing, so I did. I don't need the spotlight, I said, voice steady. I designed the room. The crowd stilled. Someone near the front whispered, That's Rachel. That's her sister. More murmurs. A few people began filming openly. I turned to the screen. Slide 6 appeared. Side-by-side comparison. Same fonts. Same color theory. Even the same taglines. Except mine were dated 3 months earlier. Lana's hand dropped to her side. And still, I didn't raise my voice. I reached into my clutch and pulled out the printout of the pitch timeline. Paper-clipped, stamped, notarized. I placed it on the podium. This is the original proposal. The one submitted under my name last fall. The one she said didn't exist. Lana stepped forward, lips trembling. Rachel, this isn't the time. No, I said calmly. This is the perfect time. The room went silent, again. You wore my dress, I continued. You pitched my project, slept with my fiancé, and when none of it was enough, you told them I gave it to you. Lana's jaw clenched. I turned back to the audience. You didn't lose a creative. Director tonight, I said. You just met the real one. A beat passed. Then a sound I'll never forget. Applause. Not thunderous, not standing, but slow. Building. Real. Behind me, Lana stood frozen, pearls tight around her neck, cheeks blotched, lips parted like she might cry but refused. I didn't look at her again. I didn't need to. I walked off the stage, heels echoing louder now, and this time, no one looked away. I didn't stay for the rest of the gala. I didn't need to. By the time I stepped out the front doors, my phone was already buzzing. Notifications stacked like bricks. Tagged videos, forwarded messages, private DMs from people I hadn't spoken to in years. Some of them apologized. Some of them asked if I'd go public. But I didn't respond. Instead, I walked 3 blocks to a small hotel I'd checked into under a different name. No press, no family, just quiet. By morning, the clip had gone viral. Rachel Lennox confronts sister live on stage. She stole her dress, her job, her man, then got burned. A few news blogs picked it up, then a podcast. Then a legal column that broke down intellectual property and moral rights like it was the plot of a prestige drama. Meanwhile, Lana's social accounts went dark. Sponsors pulled out of her brand partnership. And Derek? He issued a statement to distance himself from the misunderstanding, like I was a typo he didn't want to be associated with. It didn't matter, because this wasn't about revenge anymore. It was about reclamation. I filed a legal notice through my attorney. Quiet, clean, not flashy. The documents included email logs, calendar records, metadata from my original decks. We submitted for an emergency injunction. Her company name, her brand assets, her planned speaking engagements, all of it built under my stolen foundation. And now, cracking. No rage, no scandal. No screaming match in public, just paper and proof and the sound of a spotlight shifting directions. They took my name off everything, but names, they don't belong on paper, they live in memory, and the world was finally remembering mine. It's strange. The sound silence makes when it finally feels earned, not empty, not hollow, just still. 3 weeks after the gala, I signed the final paperwork to dissolve the brand we once shared. The one she hijacked, the one I built. In its place, I launched something quieter, smaller, mine. No glittering press releases, no staged photo shoots, just a new name on a door, and a line of clients who said, I saw what you did. I believed you. I didn't reply to the comments. I didn't return Derek's text. And when a tabloid emailed asking for my side of the story, I forwarded them a single photo. A shot of Lana at the gala, frozen mid-sentence, as the screen behind her revealed my name. No caption, no explanation, just truth. The kind you don't have to shout to be heard. Some nights, I still open the drawer that holds the pearl cuff, not because I need it, just to remind myself what quiet power feels like. Mom always said pearls meant pressure, made visible. Now I know what she meant. I tell this story not for sympathy, not for applause, but for the woman sitting alone right now, wondering if she's crazy for feeling erased. You're not. They see you, even when they pretend they don't, even when they wear your dress, even when they steal your light. You built the stage. Step up. Take it back. And when you do, don't whisper, smile. If that hit a little too close to home, you're not alone. Share this with someone who's been underestimated for too long. And if you've ever taken your power back, tell us how.